Welcome, dear listener. Today we embark on a journey of spiritual revelation and personal transformation. What you're about to hear isn't just a collection of words. It's a message designed to awaken something deep within your spirit. This narration explores the profound relationship between the divine and humanity, focusing on how we can experience supernatural guidance, purpose, and hope in our daily lives. The message we'll explore together speaks to anyone who has faced trials and persevered, anyone searching for meaning, and anyone longing to experience a deeper spiritual connection. It's for those who feel called to something greater than what they currently experience, those who sense there's more to life than what meets the eye. As we walk through these 19 sections together, allow yourself to consider how these words might apply to your own journey. No matter where you are in life, whether thriving or barely surviving, these messages of hope, purpose, and divine love are meant to encourage and strengthen you. Let's begin. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming. You face challenges that test your strength, moments that shake your faith, and situations that make you question your purpose. In these times, remember that you are not where you are by accident. Your position right here, right now, is by divine design. The trials you've endured weren't meant to break you, but to reveal your inner strength. Think about the hardest season you've recently walked through. Though difficult, that season showed something important about who you are. Your perseverance through those challenges wasn't just survival, it was evidence of something greater at work within you. You might feel ordinary, but you were created for extraordinary purpose. The divine hand that formed the universe also carefully crafted you, placing within you unique gifts, perspectives, and abilities that no one else possesses in quite the same way. Your life journey, with all its detours, valleys, and mountaintops, has been preparing you for this very moment. This message of transformation isn't about minor improvements or simple positive thinking. It's about a complete renewal, a fundamental shift in how you see yourself, your circumstances, and your future. It's an invitation to step into a fuller expression of who you were always meant to be. There exists a separation between what we can see and what remains invisible to our physical eyes, a veil between the natural and supernatural realms. This barrier has often limited our experience, causing us to live far below our spiritual potential. But something remarkable is happening in this season. That veil is growing increasingly thin. Your spiritual senses, those inner knowings, impressions, and awareness of things beyond the physical, are awakening, like muscles that strengthen with use. Your ability to perceive spiritual realities is developing. You might already notice moments when you sense things others don't. Guidance that comes at just the right time, comfort that arrives when you need it most, or insights that couldn't have come from your own understanding. This isn't about manufactured spiritual experiences or emotional manipulation. What's coming are genuine, undeniable demonstrations of supernatural activity, events that can't be explained away by coincidence or natural cause. These won't be shallow imitations, but authentic encounters that transform both you and those around you. As darkness seems to grow more intense in the world, don't be discouraged. This increasing darkness actually sets the stage for something remarkable. The brighter the light shines in contrast. The challenges we see in society aren't cause for hopelessness, but are actually precursors to one of the greatest spiritual awakenings humanity has witnessed. Like stars that can only be seen when night fully falls, certain spiritual realities become most visible against the backdrop of darkness. You were created for more than ordinary existence. There's a deeper dimension of spiritual experience calling to you, one where the miraculous becomes normal and the impossible becomes possible through divine partnership. This new dimension requires intentional pursuit. Just as you wouldn't expect to master a skill without practice or reach a destination without traveling, experiencing greater spiritual reality requires movement on your part. You must push beyond comfortable religious routines and familiar patterns. This means setting aside time specifically for spiritual connection, creating space for stillness, and being willing to follow divine guidance even when it challenges your assumptions. The limitations that have held you back, fear, doubt, unworthiness, past failures, are being broken off. These restrictions weren't placed on you by divine design, but have accumulated through life experiences, others' opinions, and your own hesitations. The time has come to shed these constraints, and step into greater freedom. In this new season, you'll find yourself operating with new levels of spiritual authority, not from arrogance or self-importance, but from a clear understanding of who you are and whose you are. This authority isn't about controlling others, but about bringing positive transformation wherever you go. You'll begin recognizing the weight your words carry and the impact your presence makes, not because of personal greatness, but because of the divine power at work through you. Many people live their entire lives without truly understanding who they are at their core. They define themselves by their achievements, relationships, failures, or social status, all temporary and shifting foundations. But you have a more solid identity. You are a beloved child of the divine, carefully created with purpose, and deeply cherished. This identity isn't something you earn through perfect behavior or lose through mistakes. It's your birthright, unshakable and permanent. When you truly grasp this, it transforms how you navigate life's challenges. No longer are you defined by what happens to you, but by who you belong to. This understanding should inspire boldness, not fear. Many people shrink back from their potential, playing small and safe, because they're afraid of failing or drawing criticism. But when you know who you truly are, you can step forward with confidence, even when the path isn't completely clear. Boldness doesn't mean never feeling afraid. It means moving forward despite your fears, trusting that you're not alone. Divine protection surrounds you like a shield. This doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties, but it does mean you have supernatural resources available to help you through them. Think of this protection not as a bubble that prevents all problems, but as an ever-present help that ensures you're never overwhelmed beyond what you can handle with divine assistance. One of life's greatest frustrations is when things don't happen according to our preferred timeline. We want immediate results, instant healing, and overnight success. But there's a perfect timing at work in your life, one that sees beyond your current moment to what's best for your entire journey. Learning to trust this divine timing doesn't come naturally. It requires developing patience and faith, believing that delays aren't always denials, and that what seems like wasted time might actually be necessary preparation. When you align yourself with divine timing rather than fighting against it, you'll find life unfolds with surprising precision. Your past hurts, disappointments, and regrets don't have to define your future. They can be stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks when you release their emotional hold over you. This release isn't about pretending the pain never happened, but about choosing not to let it determine your identity or limit your potential moving forward. Miracles aren't reserved for perfect people. They come to those who, despite their brokenness and struggles, continue to hope and trust. Your flaws and failures don't disqualify you from experiencing supernatural intervention. In fact, it's often in our places of greatest weakness that divine strength becomes most visible. Life brings moments when we need solid ground to stand on, something unchangeable we can trust when everything else seems uncertain. Divine promises provide this foundation. Unlike human promises which can be broken by circumstances or changing minds, these promises remain reliable regardless of external situations. You are never abandoned, even in your darkest moments. When you feel most alone, most forgotten, or most overlooked, you are still held securely in divine hands. This presence remains constant whether you sense it emotionally or not. It's a reality that exists independent of feelings. Life's journey takes us through various landscapes, mountaintops, where the path is clear, and valleys where darkness obscures our way. In these shadowed times, divine guidance becomes even more essential. Like a light that illuminates just enough ground for the next step, this guidance may not reveal the entire path at once, but will always show you what you need for this moment. Even waters that seem too deep and fires that burn too hot cannot destroy what divine protection surrounds. You may walk through difficulties that would overwhelm you on your own, but you never walk through them alone. The same power that created the universe sustains you through your most challenging seasons. Every meaningful journey includes obstacles. These challenges aren't punishment, but opportunities for growth, places where your character develops and your strength increases. The difficulties you face don't indicate divine abandonment, but are often where the most significant transformation occurs. When storms arrive, as they inevitably will, remember that the same divine presence that calms the sea remains with you. These tempests may shake your external circumstances, but they need not disturb your inner peace. There is a stillness available to you that goes deeper than surface emotions, an anchor that holds steady even when waves crash around you. Perhaps most encouraging is the promise of supernatural support when you stumble. Everyone falls at times, makes mistakes, takes wrong turns, or fails to live up to their own standards. In these moments, divine grace offers not condemnation but a hand to help you rise again. Your failures are never final unless you choose to stay down. This support remains consistent even when human relationships prove unreliable. When others misunderstand you, criticize unfairly, or simply can't grasp what you're experiencing, divine compassion still surrounds you. This unwavering presence ensures you're never truly alone, even in seasons of human loneliness. Many people spend their lives waiting for some future moment when everything will finally fall into place. But there's a profound truth that can transform your perspective. The time for fulfillment is now. This present season, with all its challenges and opportunities, is one you've been prepared for. After periods of spiritual dryness or disconnect, signs of revival are appearing. Like the first green shoots after winter or rain clouds forming after drought, new life is emerging. This renewal begins within individual hearts, before spreading outward to communities and beyond. Divine connections are being established, relationships that will play significant roles in your journey forward. These aren't random encounters but strategic alignments, bringing together people whose combined gifts, experiences, and vision will accomplish more together than any could alone. Past wounds, betrayals, rejections, misunderstandings are being healed. These injuries, some carried for years, have drained your energy and limited your capacity to fully engage with your purpose. As healing comes, you'll find new freedom and strength becoming available to you. Every person has a unique contribution to make, a specific role that only they can fulfill. Your calling isn't just about career or formal ministry, but encompasses who you are meant to be and what impact you're designed to have in every sphere of influence. Finding and stepping into this calling requires courage. It means moving from the shadows into visibility, from comfort into potential discomfort, from the familiar into the unknown. Many people sense their purpose but hesitate to fully embrace it, feeling inadequate or unprepared. The truth is, growth happens in the doing. You become ready by taking steps forward, not by waiting until you feel completely equipped. As you align with your divine purpose, you'll find yourself standing firm against influences that would pull you off course. This doesn't mean becoming rigid or judgmental, but developing healthy discernment about what voices you allow to shape your thinking and what values guide your decisions. Resources for your journey, whether material provision, helpful connections, or necessary skills, arrive as you need them. These aren't always stockpiled in advance, but often appear at precisely the right moment. This just-in-time provision teaches dependence on divine supply rather than self-sufficiency. You're not just living for yourself. Your personal journey connects to something larger, a movement of positive transformation spreading across communities and generations. This perspective shifts your focus from what about me to what can flow through me. Throughout history, there have always been people who caught a vision of something better and committed themselves to bringing it into reality. These remnant individuals often seemed small in number, but created ripple effects far beyond their immediate influence. You're being invited to join their ranks, to be one who sees what could be and works toward it even when others don't yet understand. True progress doesn't happen through isolated efforts, but through unity. People with diverse gifts, backgrounds, and perspectives coming together around shared values and vision. This unity doesn't require uniformity, but celebrates different strengths while moving toward common goals. Your life can be a beacon that draws others toward hope and truth, not through forceful persuasion or argumentative tactics, but through authentic love demonstrated in practical ways. When people encounter genuine compassion and integrity, it naturally awakens curiosity about the source of such qualities. Life unfolds in chapters, seasons with distinctive themes, challenges, and opportunities. You stand at the threshold of a new chapter, one that will build on everything you've experienced while taking you into fresh territory. This transition requires childlike faith, not childish thinking, but the simple trust that doesn't overcomplicate matters with excessive analysis or worry. Children naturally believe in possibilities, adults often dismiss. They haven't yet learned to limit their expectations based on past disappointments or realistic thinking. This quality wonder combined with trust allows you to step into new beginnings without being weighed down by cynicism. Many who have felt overlooked or undervalued will find themselves moved from the background to the foreground. This reversal isn't about seeking attention or status, but about fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. Talents that seemed insignificant or went unrecognized will become precisely what's needed in this new season. Standing firmly in divine purpose provides stability when uncertainties arise. Rather than being blown about by changing circumstances or others' opinions, you can remain centered in the knowledge that your life has meaning beyond what's immediately visible. This steadiness becomes a gift not only to you but to everyone around you during turbulent times. Knowledge without action produces little fruit. Understanding your divine identity intellectually isn't enough. It must translate into how you live each day. This means making choices aligned with who you truly are, rather than reacting from fear, habit, or others' expectations. Obedience to divine guidance and faith in divine promises work together as powerful forces in your life. This isn't blind following of religious rules but responsive partnership with living wisdom. As you listen and align your actions accordingly, you create space for supernatural assistance to flow into your natural circumstances. In environments growing increasingly dark with confusion, fear, or hopelessness, you carry light that others desperately need. This isn't about imposing beliefs, but about offering hope through both words and actions. Your consistent kindness, integrity, and peace become beacons that draw others toward their source. Staying rooted requires regular nourishment from divine wisdom. Like a tree with deep roots that sustains it through drought or storms, your spiritual foundation needs continual strengthening. This means creating space for reflection, inspiration, and instruction that shapes your perspective and decisions. Before you were born, you were already known completely. Not just your physical features, but your personality, potential, strengths, and even struggles. Your creation wasn't random or accidental, but intentional and personal. Every aspect of who you are was carefully formed, with purpose. Within you burns a divine spark, a reflection of something greater than yourself. This inner light manifests differently in each person, as compassion that moves you to help others, courage that helps you stand after falling, or wisdom that guides your decisions in confusing times. When you allow this light to shine rather than diminishing it to fit in or avoid attention, you fulfill an essential part of your purpose. Your unique combination of experiences, talents, and perspective equips you to make contributions no one else can offer in quite the same way. Even difficult experiences you've endured can become valuable when they develop empathy that helps you connect with others facing similar challenges. Nothing in your story is wasted when surrendered to divine purpose. The circumstances surrounding you, both joyful seasons and difficult struggles, have shaped you for specific purposes that only you can fulfill. Your particular placement in this time, location, and set of relationships isn't coincidental, but provides the context where your unique impact can best occur. Amid life's constant noise and activity, creating space for stillness becomes essential. This isn't wasted time, but the very foundation for everything else. Like charging a device before use, these quiet moments of connection replenish your inner resources and clarity. What you allow to influence your thoughts and perspective shapes who you become. Some voices diminish your light or question your worth, while others recognize and nurture the divine spark within you. Choose carefully what books, media, conversations, and relationships you invest in, understanding that they're either moving you toward your best self or away from it. Negative patterns and relationships that may have served some purpose in the past can become limitations in this new season. Releasing these isn't always easy, but creates space for healthier connections and habits that support who you're becoming, rather than holding you back. As you embrace authentic living, aligned with your truest identity, your inner light naturally grows stronger. This transformation touches everything around you, often inspiring others to examine their own lives more deeply. Your personal growth creates a positive influence that extends far beyond yourself. When you live from your authentic core rather than trying to meet others' expectations or projecting a carefully crafted image, something remarkable happens. Your genuine self, with both strengths and vulnerabilities, creates space for others to be real as well. This authenticity becomes contagious, inviting deeper connection and growth in your relationships. As your heart's desires align with your divine purpose, barriers that once seemed insurmountable begin to fall away. Resources, opportunities, and support appear in ways that might seem coincidental, but actually reflect the invisible backing of greater forces working on your behalf. This doesn't mean the path becomes effortless, but necessary doors open as you need them. Pay attention to the dreams that persist in your heart, even when logic suggests they're impractical. These recurring visions often contain seeds of your purpose waiting to bloom when conditions are right. Rather than dismissing them as fantasy, consider what elements could be implemented now. Even in small ways, the impact of a single authentic life extends far beyond what's immediately visible. Like ripples from a stone dropped in water, your choices, words, and actions create effects that reach people you may never meet and continue long after particular moments have passed. This perspective gives weight and meaning to even seemingly small daily decisions. Everyone experiences seasons of grief, disappointment, or pain. These emotions aren't failures of faith, but normal human responses to life's difficulties. Divine comfort doesn't eliminate these feelings, but provides support through them, gradually transforming mourning into something new, not by dismissing the loss, but by bringing new life alongside it. Many people carry invisible chains, habits, thought patterns, resentments, or fears that restrict their freedom and joy. Breaking free from these bondages rarely happens instantly, but comes through consistent steps toward healthier patterns. Each small choice to respond differently creates momentum toward lasting change. Joy and authentic praise aren't dependent on perfect circumstances, but emerge from deeper places, from knowing you're loved unconditionally, and that your story is still unfolding toward good purposes. This doesn't mean forcing happiness during painful times, but finding genuine reasons for gratitude, even amid challenges. Freedom comes not from absence of struggle, but from finding resources that sustain you through whatever comes. When you know you're held securely no matter what happens, you can face uncertainties with courage rather than dread. This security doesn't prevent all difficulties, but changes how you experience them. The journey of life sometimes demands strength beyond what you naturally possess. In these moments, supernatural reinforcement becomes available, not through your own effort, but through connection to a greater source. This provides endurance when you would otherwise falter, and perseverance when giving up seems easiest. There's comfort in knowing that the path ahead, though unknown to you, isn't uncharted territory. Divine wisdom has already gone before you, preparing the way and making provisions for needs you don't yet recognize. This doesn't eliminate all obstacles, but ensures you'll have what's necessary to navigate them when they appear. Finding rest doesn't always mean physical relaxation, though that's important too, but can indicate an inner peace that persists, even during external busyness or pressure. This soul-level rest comes from releasing the need to control outcomes or earn approval, and instead trusting that you're held by something greater than yourself. Divine care encompasses every aspect of your being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It attends to practical needs while also addressing deeper longings for purpose, connection, and meaning. This holistic support ensures no part of you is overlooked or considered unimportant. Human relationships, even at their best, have limitations. People move away, misunderstand each other, or simply can't meet all our needs. But divine love remains constant, an unwavering presence especially evident during times when human connection feels most distant or inadequate. Each new day brings fresh opportunities for guidance and wisdom if you're attentive to receive them. These insights might come through thoughts that arise during quiet moments, wisdom from others who cross your path, or circumstances that reveal something you needed to understand. Developing awareness of these daily leadings creates a consistent sense of being guided rather than wandering. Moving into the future with courage doesn't require knowing every detail of what's ahead. It means trusting that whatever comes, you won't face it alone, and that the same presence that has sustained you this far will continue with you. This confidence allows you to step forward even when the path isn't completely clear. The bond between you and divine love transcends every boundary. Nothing is too difficult, too shameful, or too complicated to be embraced within this relationship. Distant circumstances, mistakes, or even your own feelings of unworthiness cannot separate you from this love that remains your constant companion through all of life's seasons. Each morning arrives filled with new possibilities, fresh mercies and opportunities that weren't available yesterday. This consistent renewal means that no mistake, failure, or setback has the final word in your story. You can begin again, taking what you've learned and moving forward with new insight. True freedom isn't found in doing whatever you want, but in becoming fully who you were created to be. This authentic selfhood brings victory over patterns that have held you back and release from opinions that have defined you too narrowly. As you embrace this freedom, you naturally inspire others to seek their own. The connection between you and divine love isn't temporary or conditional, but eternal and unbreakable. This bond remains your foundation through changing circumstances, emotions, and seasons of life. Nothing can sever this relationship that holds you securely from your first breath to your last and beyond. Thank you so much for joining me for this narration of transformation and hope. If these words have touched your heart or sparked something within you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content that nourishes your spirit and encourages your faith journey. I'd love to hear how this message resonated with you personally. What section spoke most directly to your current season of life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll know when we release new videos. And if you found value in this content, please share it with someone who might need these words of hope and encouragement. Until next time, remember that you are deeply loved, purposefully created, and never alone on your journey. Peace and blessings to you.